Well, Eric, how's this off season been? The uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen, and then finally baseball's back.
Yeah, it was different. Just trying to keep along on what's going on with negotiations and stuff like that. But just as far as getting the work in and preparing and making sure you're ready to go for whenever spring training came about was pretty much the same. I think guys maybe a little extended into that off season, maybe ramped up a little bit as far as a little more hitting, a little more on-field stuff. So maybe just some minor tweaks that way. But other than that, pretty much the same.
Pretty big changes off season in going from Jace Tingler to Bob Melvin. Your initial impressions of Bob Melvin? What's that conversation been like with him?
I've always had a lot of respect for Bob playing against him. We've had a lot of good matchups throughout the years when I was with Kansas City and he was with Oakland, and then here in San Diego playing him in Oakland as well. And always had a lot of respect for Bob. Excited to get to work with him. Got a chance to talk to him a couple times before the lockout, and then getting to see him here. So excited to get to work with him and his staff, and I think everyone's pretty excited for that.
Speaking of Bob, have you guys had a status about a conversation about yourself and about your future and and the plan going forward? And are you ready to have that uncertainty just known at this point?
No, Bob just told me to come, be ready to go, and that's all I can do. Just be ready to go, be ready to play baseball, and we'll just keep it like as simple as that. And like I said, I've had nothing but respect for Bob over the years, and I'm excited to get to work with him. So today will be the second day on the field, getting to practice with him and getting to practice with his staff. So I'm excited for that.
Just a bit of a distraction last season, having to deal with it. I know we came up to you before the deadline. We come up to you after the deadline, and have you had that conversation with the front office yet? And would you like resolution on this, one way or the other?
No, I think that's just part of the process. I think whenever you're a professional, I think those talks are always going to come about. I think there's always one or two guys that are pretty obvious they ain't going anywhere. But other than that, everyone else is pretty much fair game. There's a lot of moves that are to be made because there was no off season. So I think we're all used to the rumors. We're all used to the talks. And the beauty about this is we all come here and just get to go out and compete with each other and don't really pay attention to much of that stuff.
How would you describe your relationship with the organization at this point, and how excited are you to have maybe a new voice at the top?
I think with Bob at the top, I think it's going to be exciting for a lot of us. I think a lot of us know how successful he's been as a manager, how good he's been over with those guys in Oakland, and having a lot of guys that I've played with before, played for him as a player in Oakland. They all said great things about it, so I think we're all looking forward to it.
Was it a blow day one to get the news on Fernando Tatis being out for at least 3 months, if not longer?
Yeah, it's certainly not the best news. Definitely not what we were looking for. But we all know Toddy's a quick healer, so hopefully he can come back quicker than those 3 months. But that's all part of what this this 162 game grind throws at you. You got to be ready for certain situations like this. And one of our guys is out, so we're gonna have to pick up the slack for him and find a way to hold it down until he gets back.
Talking to O'Grady about some of the kind of tweaks you're making from an on-field standpoint. What was kind of the focus for yourself?
Yeah, just really trying to hit from my backside, and I think that's one of the big things for me. I think throughout the season, it's stuff gets so quick. You're playing every day that it's hard to slow things down and make those adjustments. So we had the ability to slow stuff down, kind of evaluate where I was, and try and make the adjustments accordingly.
You've been kind of one of the leaders in the clubhouse for a little while. I'm sure you hear some of the criticism. Do you go into the season feel like you have much to prove? Like, what's your outlook from that standpoint?
The only thing I feel like I have to prove is to my teammates. These guys are who I'm going to battle with, and I think that's the biggest thing. So I'm going to come and I'm going to get my work in. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to try and do what I can to produce on the field, and we'll leave it at that.
Haven't had time to kind of digest last season. What was your outlook on kind of where things went south and what can be done in the future to kind of stem the tide when the team was struggling a little bit?
Yeah, I think we didn't end up where we wanted to be. I think we thought we were capable to be in the postseason, and once you get in the postseason, anything can happen. So I think it was a disappointment in that aspect of we didn't get to play baseball in October.